You seem to have joined us while the neighbours are having a firework display.
This is now stopped.
I think they're done. That's all they could afford. That's probably 50 quid worth of mine. So this is another one of our sat at home reviews. And this one is for season 3, episode 3. Is that right?
Yes.
Of Star Trek Discovery. And I can't say I didn't enjoy it, but it was just on, really. I think if you look at Picard is very... I didn't see what you were doing.
I was giving it a thumbs up.
Oh, okay, right, fine.
In fact, a double thumbs up.
Yeah. So Picard is very kind of not Star Trek as you know it. But it's doing that brilliant thing that sci-fi should do. I think it's where Doctor Who sort of falls in and out of phase with its fans, as indeed Star Trek does. In the fact that it should reflect actually the time it's being made. So Picard is very not Starfleet and not the Federation as you know them. And it's not a sort of saccharine view of humanity and all the rest of it. It was what I mean. I love Next Generation. I don't love the actual original series. I like some of it for the films mostly. Love Next Gen. Love Deep Space Nine. Voyager, I've got an up and down relationship with. I thought it started really well because it was obviously what they were doing was so well established by the time they started Voyager. They just kind of knocked it out from the start. And then it becomes the Janeway and 7 of 9 show. And it's just the, oh, fuck, right off. And you kind of forget the rest of the characters are even there half the time. And then you get things like Fairhaven and Flotter and... I just can't. Anyway.
Flotter?
Oh, have you not seen Flotter episodes of Voyager?
No.
Oh, God, you're lucky. Basically, it's... I'll tell you after. I can't remember. So, you're not watching them because I ain't sitting in the room. Watch them when I'm at work. And
I'm not really a fan of Voyager.
Yeah, leave it that way. So, so Discovery season 1, I loved. I did love, but again, it was very modern Star Trek. How it would be made today and was made today, in fact, I guess, because it was made
today. Well, not like today.
Three years ago. But obviously, they did that horrendous thing of. Oh, you notice I completely forgot to even mention Enterprise. Oops. Shows what I think of that show. And I just think their big mistake was always being in the past. Discovery and Enterprise to a degree. But
well, it didn't help that Enterprise, I think, massively fucked up with the timeline, from what I gather. And
yeah, but that's exactly the same problem with season 1 of Discovery. You've got this mycelium network that nobody ever talks about ever again, and and then it was all it's definitely in the prime timeline, but it doesn't really look like it sat with the prime timeline and was all over the place. So I think they just kind of, I don't know, I think they just fucked up a lot. So you then got season 2 where they kind of go, right, here's the mess they've left. We've got an aim to get here, and this is kind of how we get there. And it was brilliant. Loved season 2, and I thought it was as a transition to get from shit we've inherited that's now not going to work really moving forward, and they've kind of left all these gaping plot holes.
It was a remarkably skilled unfucking.
Yeah.
Of the first season.
A remarkably skilled unfucking. I've had nights like that. And yes, it was. And also we got that brilliant third iteration of the original Enterprise, with Pike and Spock and Number One, which is now getting its own series, and I cannot wait. That's just going to be bloody awesome. So Discovery had a chance now to really properly be its own thing. And instead, the way I felt about tonight, so like I said, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I can't say I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't, I enjoyed it in the some way, in exactly the same way as sometimes I'll enjoy watching an ad break because an advert makes me laugh. Um, it's not. If you see the video we've just done for The Mandalorian, for example, I loved The Mandalorian. Star Trek was just on, and my reverse DS9 thing is because where DS9 was kind of having to exist in the very Roddenberry defined universe and try to be the bad boys by not being all of the Federation and yada 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 yada, having like the Bajoran first officer who I adore. This is kind of now in this future that's right. Okay, again, should really do these. Get used to things at the beginning.
Yeah.
This is the spoilers. If you've not watched the episode and don't want spoilers, switch off now. They've gone. And it wasn't bad. What, 6 minutes in? Fuck's sake, Robinson.
To be fair, if you're watching a video review of an episode,
it will be titled that
of any show.
It will be titled that,
and don't expect to get spoilers.
You're a cunt. End of. This video get taken down now for having a C-bomb in it. Never mind.
Yeah, probably will.
No, I don't give a fuck. So basically they've got messed up future that they've gone to, and now it's, I say reverse DS9ing it because they are bringing back the Roddenberry, and they are going to try and restart the Federation and reset everything as to how they knew it in the 23rd century. And I just think that's a bad thing.
Okay.
Like, would we want to suddenly reset? Okay, bear in mind the big thing we spotted that we'll come on to in a second. Would we really want to go back to like it was living in the 1950s? If a load of people in the 1950s suddenly turned up and tried to impose those values on us, what would we say? Fuck right off. That's what we'd say. But we did laugh because there was this obvious British leader of Earth's defence, right? Key point there. She was very clearly British. No. We can look after ourselves. I'm like, whoa. That's not even a hidden allegory to Brexit. That's just in the face, isn't it? We laughed. We did chuckle. But also the whole we can look after ourselves. No, actually, you do still need the Federation to clean shit up for you because you're not managing this properly. The writers, fair play. That was a good one. But then, okay, so you've got this now. I don't know if is that the actor that's because there's a non-binary actor coming in and a trans actor coming in, if I remember rightly. And one of the characters introduced was one of those actors, but I don't know which one. If I was to hazard a guess, I'd say probably the non-binary, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, I like the character a lot. They presented as she because they were referred to as she.
Yes.
In the thing, so I don't. Again, maybe that's the trans. I don't know. Anyway, great character. Teased and set up, but then you are 700 years later. There'll have been because at the point, God, even at the point of like your next gen and all of that, there's massive bits of Gamma and Delta Quadrant completely unexplored, and that's just our galaxy. Before you consider there might be intergalactic, would that be? Yeah, would be travel. From galaxy to galaxy at that point, possibly you could. It's fucking me. It's fiction. You write what you want. But they've gone back to a trill, and I'm a bit like, again, the whole thing I feared about the Mandalorian, but they did it, and I liked. They've done it in Star Trek, and I've just gone, really a trill. Now, what was nice is they properly worked in their own chronology, and they were unaware of the symbiont, which you would be. See, that was the one thing that never worked with DS9 for me, because the whole thing about the episode The Host of Next Generation is Beverly is shocked to find this person she's operating on has got a worm. A little blah, 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 because the Trill have kept so private about their symbiotic relationship. Nobody knows. And yet, predating that, Ben Sisko's got this massive relationship with,
Dax.
yeah, trying to think who was Curzon?
Curzon Dax.
Yeah.
Who then became Jadzia.
Yeah. But it was always, I don't think they explicitly said it, but it was always kind of implied to me that he knew Curzon Dax was a Dax. But that would have to predate, because it was season 4 of Next Gen, and DS9 started like 18 months later.
Yeah, and he knew Curzon when he was, if I remember correctly, he knew Curzon when he was he was basically a junior officer.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're probably going back, what, 15, 20 years in his timeline at
Yeah,
that
yeah,
point?
yeah. You're predating
Yeah.
Jake and possibly even the marriage to
And at that point, Curzon was an old man.
Yeah.
Because he was...
That's the whole reference. He calls him
Yeah.
an old man. So unless he only found out Curzon was a joined species pretty much as Curzon was dying and becoming Jadzia, they don't say that isn't what happened, but the implication to me was always like he kind of knew. So at least, yeah, they've got that right. They've got the tree. They've got the tree, which we're assuming is the same one Boothby as I go at Picard about for carving his initials into. I don't know. It was just a bit. It was all right. What do you want to say about it?
You forgot the stuff about the burn.
The burn. So we've got our own explanation for the burn. And basically some really bitchy queen just showed up, cussed everybody, and went, "Oh, burn!" and all the ships blew up. That's what's going to turn out what really happened. You mark my words. Interesting. David Ajala, who is Book, who's also Manchester Black in Supergirl, came up in my timeline the other day on Facebook. I've had his autograph in my wallet for 10 years. I'll go and get it. You talk while I go and get it.
So, yeah. Hi. So, yeah, it was pretty much everything that Paul said. It was entertaining. It was fine. But you generally don't want to be describing stuff as fine. You want it to, like, blow you away or make you think or provoke, like, a visceral emotional reaction.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't. And God, you're back, because I am rubbish at talking about this sort of stuff when I'm not bouncing off someone else.
Okay. So, look, here is my signed David Ajala. Now, basically, I'm on the back a bit of glitter from a Kylie concert.
That tells you everything you need to know about him. Literally, that combo.
So this was, we went to Doctor Who live at Wembley because it was coming.
He says we, him and someone else.
Me and my partner at the time. Everyone knows who that is. So we met up with a load of other Doctor Who friends down there because it was coming to Cardiff. But basically, by the time we got to Cardiff, I was in Orlando. I always seem to be in Orlando when good things come to Cardiff. Last time Kylie came to Cardiff, I was in Orlando. Not that's going to stop me going to Orlando anymore. But David had just been in The Beast Below as the Smiler. And he was stood outside giving out these cards, and it was a vote for some award. Best TV actor in the BEFTA, BEFFTA awards. So he was giving these out to try and get votes from Doctor Who fans, because obviously there were thousands and thousands of Doctor Who fans who, months before seen him in this episode.
Wait, which one was the Smiler?
It's those things with the faces that turn in Starship England or Starship Britain or whatever the frick it was called.
Oh, the one with, what was it? Oh, Queen.
Yeah, I'm the bloody Queen, mate.
Yeah.
So I said, "Will you sign? I'll vote for you if you sign." I did vote for him. I've no idea if he won.
Onions.
Onions. That will be a whole other video. Wait for that. I've no idea if he won, but I mean, he's obviously doing okay because he's been in Supergirl that I've seen him in the last 2 years, and now he's a regular in Star Trek. So he's doing all right. I should probably put this away with other autographs. But 10 years, that's been just in my wallet. Also means I've had that wallet longer than 10 years. Should probably get a new wallet. Okay, so this is 15 minutes long. Should we shut up now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go.